Hey guys, what's up? This is 19th of September and let's discuss the question answers of today. In first question it has been asked that with a favoring trend towards multilateralism, BRICS needs to be pegged at its full potential. This is the statement given. You just have to comment on this statement. Means you just have to comment on the effectiveness of BRICS. Now let's see the statement first, guys. The world is seen that it is favoring towards multilateralism, all right, and at that time the objective with which BRICS has been come up, but it is seen that BRICS is not realizing its full potential. So you just have to comment that why BRICS is not utilizing its full potential. What are the defects being being occurring inside the BRICS? You just have to deal with all those things, right? So that's why you will write that why we couldn't means why this BRICS organization couldn't achieve its full potential. One, now since it is written comment, so you just have to put forth the means the positive side also, right? That no, in every front BRICS has not been failed. There are some fronts where BRICS have passed, right? So those also points you have to include. And at the very last, for the conclusion, since it is a problematic based question, so I'll request you to write some sort of way forward point if you at all know, right? Then it will marks as an add-on to your answer. And in with respect to the introduction part, guys, I would suggest you to write a bit about BRICS. All the facts, whatever you know about BRICS, just write it, right? So let's discuss. I have written that about BRICS, that BRICS is a constitution of Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, all right? And this is the country, like BRICS is the organization which consists of 22% of GDP with 41% of total world population, and it has been come up to counterweight the Western domination that was earlier seen, right? But in recent time it is seen that the potential is not fully unleashed. What are the reasons? And the same thing has been asked in question, so you just have to write the reasons. See, guys, our BRICS organization has been formed so that all the five countries could go at the same pace to reach the endeavors of future growth respectively through mutual coordination. But it is seen that the economy of Brazil and South Africa are deteriorating day by day, all right? So BRICS have failed to make rise the economy of each and every country at a same pace, right? So since these countries are going at a lower pace, so it is being criticized about BRICS by the Western world, right? So that point is very much good and you can surely incorporate in your answer. Next is cooperation. There is cooperation seen only at inside the BRICS forum. Outside the BRICS forum, it is seen that the countries are not coordinating with each other. I'll give you an example, guys. Inside the BRICS forum, every time India raises the voice against terrorism, but outside the BRICS forum, when India goes to United Nations Security Council and asks for and raises the bid for incorporating this Masood Azhar as an international terrorist, then the China is vetoing its power. I mean vetoing the thing, right? So this is not good. Outside also China must help India. So this is the point where this BRICS as a whole organization have somewhere seen failed. Next is we have come to for the mutual benefit, right? But it is seen that the countries are using self-centered approach, self-centered acts so that they can benefit their country only. They don't see for the other countries to grow, right? So, and this is mainly pointing towards China, because China is using many sort of policies which leads to its own development only. They don't see the development of other countries. Next is Brics and DB loan. That is new development bank loan. There's a conflict of the amount of loan being given to the different infrastructural projects. Like recently, in few days ago, I've seen in news that India has questioned the loan which is being given by the National Development Bank of BRICS to the China-Pakistan economic corridor, because we don't want that corridor to go through Pakistan occupied Kashmir, which is a part of India's territory, all right? So that's means there is the area where we have raised we have raised against China's decision to give the loan to them, right? So this is where the area BRICS as a whole has failed to coordinate with each other, right? Next is BRICS failure to solve issues like South China Sea issue. Recent Doklam issue is a very important issue you can put forth, because there was Doklam standoff between India and China since past around, I guess, 72 days or around 80 days there was a standoff, right? So yeah, 72 days. So that was 72 days standoff. So it would have been the work of BRICS to come forward and resolve this issue, but BRICS countries haven't come forward, right? Next is, you can put forth this point, which is very good, that there is a currency war between different countries, है ना? Because in 2015, if you remember, then the China has done its currency devaluation, which has shaken the stock market of whole world, right? So since as a BRICS organization, we are cooperating at each and every front, in that would be economic front also. So it was the responsibility of China to give some sort of advantages to at least BRICS countries, but China has not given that advantage. All right, so these are the area where usually the Western media are criticizing the whole BRICS as an organization, that the motto with which BRICS has came to contain the domination of Western world, but it is seen now that they are failed to coordinate with each other, but however, you will put for the other angle also, that no, BRICS has not failed at every aspect. We have achieved our goal also. What are those areas? There is formation of contingent reserve agreement, through which BRICS countries can get direct loans. There has been signed about currency swap agreement, which is facilitating the liquidity in case of liquidity crunch in any of the BRICS countries. All right. Second is, there has been a shift being seen to the multipolarity, which has decreased the Western hegemony also. Earlier, only Western people were, like Western media, Western organizations were only leading. All right, but after the formation of BRICS, it was seen the uprise of multipolar world. All right, so you just can put these examples also. Next is, in last Goa conference, we have Goa BRICS conference in 2016. There was decision being made by all the BRICS countries that we will come with our own credit rating agency, because it was being alleged against the Western credit agencies of Moody's and Moody's and Standards and Poor's, that they are somewhere or the other facilitating the Western countries only. All right, and they are not giving good rating to the Asian countries. That's why Asian countries and all other BRICS countries also, because we are almost under developing countries only. All right, so that's why we have come up with credit rating credit rating mechanism also, right? Next point you can write is that recent actions has been taken against park based terror outfits. Means in recent joint declaration of BRICS, which happened in China, then there was joint declaration which has mentioned the names of Pakistan based terror outfits also. So that is somewhere we have got achievement. So these are all the goods of this BRICS organization in total. Now in way forward point, guys, you can write that since these are the problems occurring in BRICS countries, so what is the way forward point? That we should ensure that the BRICS should not get diluted, because recently it was seen in news that China is pushing for the BRICS plus nation, right, in which China wants to include countries like Tajikistan, Pakistan also. Means here the main focus is China wants to include Pakistan, because China wants that the say of India gets reduced in this BRICS country. So alright, so that's why we need to ensure that BRICS don't get diluted. Alright, next is, we must increase engagement at every front, and not only just for the sake of meeting that okay, we have just met up. There's need of showing something at ground level also. Say for example, if we have put forth our concerns against Masood Azhar, then China must also help us. All right, then only in future we could also help China in other things. This is what about geopolitics all about, right? So that's why. And the third point, guys, I have not written, because I just want you to write the third point in your comment section below, right? I just want your knowledge to see that how much knowledge you have and how much analysis power you have. So I just want you guys to write it. Next question is, does aging population pose a huge threat to economic growth? This is question being asked, right? So you just have to write that yes, aging population is somewhere posing threat, but no, it is not posing threat. All right, so both the fronts you have to write. Next is, it is said that the technology aided workforce can potentially reduce the economic stagnation while improving the quality of life. All right, how? We have to comment that, means you have to comment that how the technologically aided workforce will lead to economic reduce the economic stagnation what is being seen today, as well as improve the quality of life of general people, right? You just have to comment on that. Okay, yes, technology has this feature due to which technology can bring revolution, but you just have to put forth the negative angle also, right? So I mean, this question is getting four different parts. All right, so let's discuss, guys. So in first introduction, I have written that why there is aging occurring, right, and which are the countries being mainly victim of this aging phenomena. So let's see. The changing demography is the main reason due to which aging is happening in different countries, and western and basically the developed countries like Japan and European countries are getting the main prey of this aging, right, phenomena. Now it is alleged that their aging population are threat to world. All right, this is being alleged against India. So you will write that what are the points which are favoring the fact. All right, because first I've written is there, if there is getting aging in the world, I mean, if more and more people are getting aged, then there is increase in the dependency ratio. All right, one point. Next is, it is also getting pressurized on the labor market, because if the people will get aged, then the number of labor force in market will reduce. Increase in family expenditure, because there is increase in medicines also. All right, so these are the few of the factors in which, I mean, aged people are, they might be considered, a threat to the world. I mean, see, these are not actually threat. They shouldn't have used this word threat to the world. They should have used some sort of more sounding word, like this is more harsh word, right? They shouldn't have used it. But anyways, you just know the essence of the question, right? So you can include these points in this. Now you will write that, however, their potential can be utilized, means they can't be seen as threat only, but they have a huge potential which can be utilized. Like, they can be included in stressfully philanthropic works. All right, philanthropic works nowadays it is being seen that they are carried out by mainly the youngsters, but youngsters had a potential to apply those knowledge to other sectors of development and other sector of works. So they should youngsters, you should be included in that front, right? And since these aged people have huge experience of their life, so what can be done is they can be included into this philanthropic works and all the NGO kind of works, which is being in the capacity of aged people to work upon, right? So they must be included in that, because they might prove beneficial for our country, right? Next is, we should utilize their living experience of, say, 60 years, past 60 years, because aging, who are aged after, who is above 60 years, right? So since they have lived their 60 years of their life, so they can be included in lok adalats and different panchayati decisions which are being struck down, right? I mean, since those panchayati decisions and different court orders are struck down, we are telling that the number of cases are day by day increasing. All right, so they can be used as a lok adalat or some sort of normal adalats, and some sort of pseudo judiciary they can be used upon, right? And they can give their decision which is society focused decision. So these are the potential where these aged people can be utilized, and aged people can't be treated as threat per se. Okay, now the second part of question, what is the role of technologically aided in workforce in country's economic boom and quality of life? See, two things are given: country's economic boom as well as quality of life. If you want to segregate this answer, you can segregate like technology, role of technology aided workforce in economic boom. Then second part you can include is work of technology aided workforce in quality of life. That's totally depend upon you, right? But I've just included both the points. See, if technology aided workforce workforce is incorporated in our society. Here indirectly they are pointing computers and all, right? So they will increase the work efficiency, which they have actually increased, we know that. Also productivity is also increased, because if manual labor is done and machine labor is done, then the machine labor's productivity will be much higher than the manual labor. It's quite known, right? Then it will also reduce the work pressure, which will ultimately reduce the work stress. There will come more transparency, which will reduce the corruption. The what labor union does is, they if they don't get certain sort of wage, then they put strike. All right, they tell that we will go to strike. But this is not the case with this technological thing, right? They won't get to strike any time in coming future, until and unless artificial intelligence is not made. All right, but anyways, and there has also been seen an increase in governance mechanisms. Now you will doubt that why I'm including this governance mechanism point, right? See, because they have included this quality of life aspect also, right? That's why you have, and your quality of aspect life is good if you see your future. I mean, if you see your future bright, if you see your country's corruption free, right? And those can only be done if there is transparent sort of mechanism, right? If the governance is minimum government and maximum governance. All right, and this is being come true by this technologically aided workforce. How? This CCTV is acting as a technologically aided workforce. All right, earlier the crime couldn't be detected, but nowadays it is very easy to detect these crimes, because with the help of CCTV cameras. All right, so this is kind of technologically aided workforce only. Next is, it will also reduce in paperwork, because earlier, I mean, we used to do a lot of paperwork, but now after coming of computers, we are using less of paperwork. All right, so that's why I mean, our environment is also getting conserved, because ultimately the paper is coming from wood, which is coming from cutting trees. And if we cut trees, then it will not sequester, it will not lead to the sequestration of carbon dioxide. But since we are not cutting trees, so there is ample sequestration of carbon dioxide inside the earth's layer. All right, so that's why our quality of environment, I mean, in the environment around is also cool. That's why the quality of life is also better. All right, so these are the role you can put. But the negative angle of it also, you have to show that what is the negative manifestation of this technologically aided workforce. That is, it might lead to unemployment in our society. There is a risk of data hack, in which privacy is totally I mean, privacy can't be ensured by the government. Next is, it also lead to somewhere or the other increase in monopolism, because technologically hub is mainly the developed worlds, that is mainly Japan and Israel and US kind of nations. All right, and in that type of situation, it is their monopolism also, right? So if they are taking the data from India, and they are not sharing those data with India, so in future, I mean, they are making their future, right? So I mean, this kind of monopolistic activities that has been going on in our societies due to this technologically aided workforce. Next is, it also lead to the increase in crime rate. Say for example, I'm taking my example, don't take it seriously, just say for example, I know that I'm an engineer, I have huge talent, but if I'm not getting any job, then in future I might think that, okay, yeah, I need money as of now, but no people is giving me money. So what I'll do is, like, I'll be robbing someone, I'll be thefting someone's house, right? So this is not good. I mean, since our workforce is taken by those computers, so what we will do, guys? That's what the point I just want to put forth in front of you, right? So that's why I'm telling that in that situation there is a probability of crime rate getting increased. All right, so yeah, this was all about, guys, today's 2 questions. We'll meet in next class. Till then, bye bye, take care, and thank you for listening. And one more thing, guys, actually, last days I couldn't upload the video. Actually, I was busy a bit, so just forgive me for that. But anyways, we'll meet in next class, guys. Thank you for listening.